Oh my gosh. There it is. What is going on, man? I actually missed everybody. It's been a while. It feels like it's been a while. It's only really been like 2 or 3 days. But I definitely missed y'all, man. How are y'all doing? I hope everybody is having a lovely um what is even today? Saturday. I hope everybody's having a lovely Saturday. Welcome back to another episode of the Daily Yap. It is your host, Yapper, of course. And we got a lot to talk about. But make sure everybody hits the subscribe button. Especially if you're new. We're on the road to 22. I'm sorry, I keep saying that wrong. We're on the road to 22K. I appreciate all the support along the way. Make sure everybody hits the like button. As y'all can see, we are in the new setup. We definitely moved into the new place, moved into the new house. It was not hard at all. It was literally like across the street. But moving into the new house, it is perfect. So getting everything set up, all the new stuff, moving boxes, all that good stuff. But office is coming together. I must say, it is definitely coming together in a great way. Definitely did not have all of this space before. So I am extremely thankful because I feel at home. Day 1 or 2, and you know that good feeling like when you move into a new place, and sometimes you like got that weird, like you still used to your old spot. So it don't really feel like home yet. Not with this place. This place, as soon as we got in, I was like, yeah, bro, this feels just right. Just right. And it was definitely important for me as well because I always wanted to like make sure I had a huge, not necessarily huge, a bigger space for my son to play and all that other stuff. And it was for sure solid. I was definitely grateful for all the places we've had before. But I was just like, nah, I want, I was looking for a certain type of space. And this definitely fits the criteria. So I'm definitely excited about it. And then also, got a new one on the way in July. So we got two boys finna run around. And yeah, I need to make sure I have space to hide. So I got my space now. I got my little man cave, and it's coming together. It's definitely looking good. I definitely feel way more spacious, and I can do way more things with this office. Y'all see the map too. I told y'all I was gonna get the map. Y'all see the map. And I think right now I got a small little pin for Michigan, right? So somebody, and I seen it in the last video. Somebody in the last video was like, "Please drop a pin for me for listening out of the state of Michigan." As promised, the map is here. I got my pins right here. So please do not be afraid to drop your state that you're listening in from. You could just do it one time at the end of the show, at the end of the episode, when I go back and then look at everything and all that good stuff behind the scenes. All I gotta do is filter the comments and filter it by state. All I gotta do is just type in state and it'll drop everything. Drop everybody's state, all that. So don't be afraid to drop your state so that way I can give you a pen. I got your pen ready. Just call it out and I got you. And we're gonna keep adding to it. I know you can't really see it from y'all spot, from y'all angle, but I can. I might get bigger ones if everybody want to see it. It's not that like, what I mean? It's important to me. I think it's pretty cool. So yes, please, 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 everybody drop your state. And TikTok family, I know y'all over there. I will definitely be going back and forth. I save all of that. I look through all the comments. So TikTok family, you can drop your state, drop your city. Well, probably state because it's easy to do state. It's a huge map. So cities would be very precise, but state is much easier. Drop your state. I'll make sure you got a pen. That way I can keep track of where everybody's listening from and we'll keep it going. But once again, make sure everybody hit the like button, hit the sub button as you coming in. We got a lot to talk about. We got a lot to talk about. A lot has happened over the weekend, and it has actually been very, very bizarre. So I want to start off with the Daily Mail. For the ones that don't know, the Daily Mail came out with the weirdest thing ever. Weirdest thing ever. And actually, before I do the Daily Mail, let me just I didn't get to read the fresh, brand new beginning of the episode comments. Shabbat Shalom. It is Saturday, huh? Shabbat Shalami, everybody. Yapping with Yap, definitely. Woo woo, Christ is King. Amen. Glenn, what's going on? Moving on up, I remember before you had YouTube Premium. Hey, y'all been here for the beginning. Yeah, we used to had the ads on all the videos I would show, and I was so stubborn on getting YouTube Premium. I was like, bro, I came from a generation where YouTube was free, right? YouTube was free and it had no ads. So I just could not come to terms with paying for YouTube. That's just not something I wanted to do. I really was stubborn to it, and I refused. But y'all made a great point. We upgrading, we gotta reinvest. I can't be selfish, stingy. Everything has been going smooth. So here we are, YouTube Premium. And y'all actually will be surprised. I know I'm about to get into the thing. Y'all know I'd be yapping. Y'all will actually be surprised. So the software that I use to stream and all that other stuff like that, I'm very stingy. Okay, very stingy. So please, no judging. Y'all know how you could finesse like a little free trial, right? You could finesse the free trial, create use the free trial, make sure you cancel it in time before they fully charge you, right, for the month. Cancel it. And this is really, I'm really putting y'all on game if you don't know. Because at the end of the day, I don't change who I am in certain ways, right? Don't hate the game, hate the player. Don't hate the player, hate the game, right? So I canceled the free trial. Then, you use it up until it's over. And then I cancel the whole thing. Typically, anytime you cancel a membership, they offer you a price after that to make sure you don't to I guess beg you to not go. They want your services at the end of the day. So in reality, whatever that initial price you're paying for is really not that. Threaten to cancel all y'all memberships, and whatever that price is the real price they were supposed to be charging you from the get-go. And that is on every single platform. You know what I mean? Some people might know the game and all that stuff, but I promise y'all, any subscription you have, just cancel it. Threaten to cancel it. And you can obviously not cancel it. You can just say never mind. But threaten to cancel it and watch how they will drop the price in half just to keep you. So with this streaming platform, right, it's like $90 a month. Listen, that's a lot. You know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong. Social media is a blessing and the checks be great. However, I just can't fathom paying that type of money to stream. It just, whatever. So I ended up canceling it, and it was like, we'll give you the same plan you got right now for 99 cents for 3 months. Say less. I'm not going nowhere. Now you're talking. Now you are talking. I'm not going anywhere. I feel like you should have been doing this from the jump. What you was charging me $90 a month for if you could charge me for $1 for 3 months? I feel like they was trying to finesse me, but you can't finesse the finesser. It never works like that. I'm always gonna know the ins and outs and all that. So I took it, right? I had 99 cents for 3 months. Then literally like 3-4 times, y'all don't know this because behind the scenes, I created like 5-6 emails and did the same thing. Listen, don't hate the player, hate the game. I created about 5-6 emails and I did that numerous times. Now I am humble and I realize, you know what, man, let me stop doing that, bro. Let me stop doing it. It takes a lot. I'm tired of creating extra emails. So I ended up just, I pay $90 a month for the streaming platform now. So I've completely changed. I've went complete bougie. I'm paying for $3 a month on X. I ain't never in my life paid for Twitter in my life. Now I got to pay for X because capitalism, right? They only allowed you to post 2 sentences. And if you want to post more than 2 sentences, you got to pay $3 a month. That's crazy. So I pay for X now. That's $3 a month. Streaming platforms, YouTube Premium, it's whatever. However, I say all of that to say it's time to grind, right? It's time to grind. I'm reinvesting. So is what it is. But we're here to stay now. We're here to stay. Everything is looking real smooth. We got Maryland, South Carolina. Oh yeah, let's do it. I'm ready, bro. Like I can't guarantee y'all what color you gonna get, but just trust and believe you're gonna be up there for sure. Our yapper, you really inspired me, Jay. Drop a pin for me. South Africa. There we go. Okay. That's the first official out of the country. I'll take it. I appreciate you for listening. Thank you. Colorado Springs. Oh yeah, I like this. I like this. I love it. I love it. I appreciate all y'all for listening. I cannot wait to do that. Same with the TikTok family. SoCal, cool. California, that's what I'm saying. Like, look, I love it. I really do love it. And I appreciate y'all. Without further ado, let's get into the craziness that has been happening over the weekend. And I think we should start with one of the top priorities is the Daily Mail, right? So Turning Point USA, we have been searching, we have been looking and begging for the video of Charlie Kirk to be, him saying, I appoint Erika Kirk as, the CEO if something happens to me. And obviously we've all been begging for that video. I think it's day 43. Let me check my recent tweet. I've been tweeting just to keep up with it. The same thing. I don't know if y'all follow. I don't follow him, but Dan Bongino for some reason goes viral for saying today is May 16th and Donald J. Trump is the president of the United States. I have no idea why that goes viral every single day. But I was like, you know what? Let's do that. Let's take that format and change it for the right reasons. So I do that with this video of Charlie Kirk appointing Erika as CEO. So it is day 44. Today is May 16, 2026, and day 44 of publicly requesting that Turning Point USA release the footage of Charlie Kirk appointing Erika Kirk as CEO. However, something interesting happened the other day, and that was the Daily Mail post, I don't know what y'all call it. I call it a tweet. But they posted a tweet of apparently Turning Point USA secretly sending Daily Mail the video of Charlie Kirk appointing Erika Kirk as CEO. And everybody obviously thought that this was crazy. They said, hold on, is this it? We're going to finally see it. You click on the link and you got to pay for it. I couldn't believe it. You can't make this up. So Turning Point USA is claiming they've been claiming to have the video. They just been refusing to drop it. But we've been demanding that this video be released to the public. We, the public, have been asking for this video. They've been saying no this entire time. But now, for some reason, they decide to talk to the Daily Mail and release the video secretly to them. Now, I'm going to read Candace's tweet, and I'm going to actually show it that way. Y'all can actually read and hear me at the same time on where I'm getting this from. There's no point in me clicking on the link because you got to pay for it. And on top of that, they got community noted. So you got to pay for the article that is supposed to apparently show you, but there's no video. There's nothing. It's just a bunch of words telling you, hey, trust us. We saw it. So let me pull this up really quick so y'all can see it. Here is the link right here. You see Daily Mail, bombshell secret video of Charlie Kirk naming his true Turning Point successor days before his assassination. And here's this interesting, video that I guess they allegedly have. And you see the community note right here. It says the article does not include or embed the secret video referenced in the post, which has never been publicly released. So the video that they have that they are charging people, publicly charging people to see, they don't even have. They were community noted. And so Candace obviously said something, but I want to see if I can show y'all. Someone took a screenshot. Obviously, someone paid the $1 and took the screenshot of what it said. I want to see if I can actually read it and pull it up. Yeah, apparently I can. Somebody took a screenshot. So this is perfect. I love the internet. See what I'm saying? You ain't got to pay for nothing. That's me. I don't like paying for nothing. I'm going to find a way. I still got all my movie sites. I don't pay for no movies. All right. Here's the article right here. Oh, this is perfect. Here's the article right here from somebody on X that took a screenshot of it. And they actually took a screenshot of this to try to prove that we were crazy and the video was real. So this is going to actually be great for us and embarrassing for them. The article reads, after 200 Turning Point USA donors shifted nervously in their seats at an exclusive retreat in Aspen, in Aspen, Colorado in 2025, August 2025, as one person stood to pose an unusual question to the group's founder, Charlie Kirk. Kind of hard question to ask, but I think it's probably important to everybody in this room. I'm wondering about Turning Point's succession plan. Should, God forbid, something happen to you, the concerned benefactor asked. First off, immediately weird question. Weird question because again, Charlie was 31 years old. And it's like, what? Do you have some type of idea? Do you have an inkling? Do you have a feeling? Why would you stand up and ask me this question right now? Kind of hard question to ask, but I think it's probably important to everybody in this room. Why? So you're not the only person thinking about that? It's more than one. It's more than one of y'all. You're not the only crazy man in here thinking about if I were to die, what would happen? What a strange thing to bring up, as if they were talking amongst each other and saying, I'll ask them. Kind of hard question to ask, but I think it's probably important to everybody in this room. I'm wondering about the Turning Point's succession plan. Should, God forbid, something happen to you, the concerned benefactor asks. What a great question, Kirk responded, deadpan, prompting tense laughter in the crowd. Kirk was hosting. First of all, what? What laughter? Am I missing something? There's nothing funny about that. Well, at the same time, this entire article is fake, so I guess whatever. Kirk was hosting a Q&A session at the triumphant gathering. They were in part celebrating Turning Point's role in helping to elect President Donald Trump and making plans to making plans to found new group chapters in American high schools. Several people in the room thought the question seemed like a distraction, but Kirk took time to answer it. Some of America's great founder-led organizations, he observed, had collapsed after their original leader left. His goal at Turning Point USA, he explained, was to make it vision-led. Several people in the room thought the question seemed like a distraction, but Kirk took time to answer it. Some of America's great founder-led organizations, he observed, had collapsed after their original leader. I just read that. A lot of my job is not always in day-to-day details. It's very much vision casting, very much driving success. He said we have a great board, and God forbid if something happens, they'll figure it out. I'll appoint my wife to run Turning Point USA. If something happens to me, Erika will do a great job. He said reassuringly before moving to the next question. That told us nothing. That was literally, oh my gosh. They took that from the AI clip. That's not an authentic conversation. That's literally the AI clip. We have a great board, and God forbid if something happens, they'll figure it out. I appoint my wife. I appoint my wife to run Turning Point USA if something happens to me. Erika would do a great job. That is literally the AI clip, the AI audio. That is not an organic, authentic conversation that it doesn't even go together. It doesn't even flow when you read it. But that's what the Daily Mail said. They said apparently they have the video and they showed people, but even in this article, it talks about nothing. Now, Candace obviously was one of the first people to break the news on this, and she had quite a lot to say about it, which I don't blame her. Let me pull her up really quick because it's disappointing. And for the ones that don't know, let me give you some context. Andrew Covett, I might be able to bring it up. Okay, I don't want to waste too much time on it. Andrew Covett, just trust me, okay? Andrew Covett just criticized and dissed the Daily Mail in March. Because if y'all remember, Daily Mail was one of the first media outlets to post about the inconclusive ballistics report. But it was, the headline was kind of misleading, I'll admit. But they were one of the first media outlets to post about the inconclusive findings. And Andrew Covett was pissed, went on Fox News and said something must happen for this misleading headline. And the Daily Mail shouldn't be allowed to this, that, and the third. Right? So he was just pissed at the Daily Mail in March. Right? I'm giving you context. I'm giving you more context because we're getting to something here. You're going to start putting together the reason I'm bringing that up. Erika Kirk, I'm actually going to pull that up so you can hear what she had to say about the Daily Mail. If y'all remember, about a couple weeks ago after the White House shooting, the white Denzel Washington, also known as Erika Kirk, she decided to address the nation in the creepiest, weirdest outfit you can think of. And I want y'all to hear what she had to say about the Daily Mail. I know it's not up. I did not forget. I'm just pulling it up. Ironically, Denzel Washington is on my screen right now. It's crazy. Promoting John Q. Let's listen to what Erika Kirk had to say about the Daily Mail.
Accusations that are out there surrounding my husband's murder and my slander. So nice. To which you look so beautiful. She introduced herself, for example, about me, when you can have a conversation, quite frankly, to dehumanize. And it was, everyone is asking why I even went to the White House Correspondents' Dinner. And it was because many of the journalists in that room have attempted to dehumanize me. And I wanted to meet some of them face to face, quite frankly. Why have a conversation about me when you can have a conversation with me? So, for example, a journalist from the Daily Mail came up to me. She introduced herself and she was very gracious. She was saying, "You look so beautiful. I'm so sorry for your loss." To which I replied, "It is so nice to put a name to the face, especially with all of the slander, the lies, accusations that are out there surrounding my husband's murder and myself." And I said to her, "You know what's so interesting? This is my first time at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. And I find it so fascinating, the dynamic that is going on right now, because everyone is all dressed up and you guys are co-mingling in and out of each other's cocktail parties."
Y'all get the point, right? We don't need to relive this this scary moment. Nobody wants to watch her all over again. It was the creepiest thing I've ever seen before. But y'all get the point. So we have Erika Kirk, who literally is dissing the Daily Mail, saying she flew out there, right? I spent $100,000 on a PJ to fly out to the White House dinner to meet a Daily Mail journalist face to face because I'm tired of y'all slander on my husband's name and my name. Then Andrew Covid, again, that just happened, right? And then Andrew Covid said what he said in March. He was just pretty much just pissed at the Daily Mail. So why is it now? Let's circle back. Why is it? How does it make any sense for the Daily Mail, for Turning Point USA to reach out to the Daily Mail, for the Daily Mail journalists to exclusively have the video, right? Something that nobody has. Nobody has it. But Turning Point USA decided, we've been pissed off at y'all for the last couple of months, but you know what? We want y'all to break the story about this. We want to share this private information with y'all. We trust y'all. Y'all just didn't trust them. All of the Shalami soldiers, the Widow Warriors, all of them, bro, they all went to X and was just clowning the Daily Mail, talking about they're untrustworthy and this, that, and the third, all that. Now, all of a sudden, the Daily Mail is a heavily trusted source, to the point where Turning Point decided to share this sacred video, apparently, of Charlie appointing Erika Kirk. I thought that was the strangest thing because I was like, bro, they literally hate the Daily Mail. Erika Kirk just made a video about flying out to Washington, to wherever the place at. What was the dinner at? Yeah, I'm guessing Washington. To fly all the way out there to meet a Daily Mail face to face because of how pissed she was. So how am I supposed to just forget that these things happen? This is why I say this is like one of the biggest psyops. This is a game above a game because they're acting as if we don't have this context. They're acting as if I can't just Google Andrew Kovac Daily Mail. That's literally what I did because I remember him being pissed at the Daily Mail. So I thought that was the strangest thing ever. I was like, that just proves more and more to the point of the video don't exist. And we know that. We know that. Now, Candace Owens, rightfully so, she is the most pissed in this situation because she is the one that broke the story on donors calling out Turning Point USA, saying that this is fake and it never happened. And rightfully so, she's pissed because she's like, you have donors telling me that this never happened. I'm the person calling you out, right? Candace Owens. I'm the person calling you out saying, can you please release the video because your donors are doubting whatever you're spewing? Please release it. They ignore her. Matter of fact, no, they don't ignore her. Blake Neff calls her a crazy lady brandishing a knife in a subway. And that's why he doesn't want to release it to her. They want to keep it private. But instead, they release it to the Daily Mail. So she's pissed. So I want to pull up what she said. And I don't want to spend crazy time on this. I just couldn't believe my eyes. Let me show y'all Candace tweet really quick before we move on. Because I think we can confidently say that this video does not exist. we know this. We know this. But we'll continue to hold these people accountable. This is Candace Owens, obviously pissed about everything. Rightfully so. They put in this article behind, or my fault, they put this article behind a paywall because its contents are so absurd that even the journalists are too embarrassed to perpetuate it. Here is what it says. Video of Aspen donor conference has never been released publicly, but the Daily Mail has been given exclusive access to screen the full video, report on its contents, and speak to individuals who were in the room in Aspen that day. As secrecy around the footage has become a major point of contention for critics of Turning Point and its new CEO, Erika Kirk. Yep, you read that right. They did a special screening just for the Daily Mail writers, and they are reporting that the video is like totally legit. So why won't Turning Point USA just release it? Don't worry, I'll save you the time. The first reason is because, well, it doesn't even really matter if the video exists. They love to say that. Several Turning Point allies feel that too much attention has been focused on the video from Aspen and said it was always clear to them that Charlie had intended for Erika to lead the organization in his absence. One board member who wished to remain anonymous, weird. I mean, like, I guess it's not because they don't want to really be involved in all the drama, but it's like, bro, just come to the front and clarify, bro. Like, just come to the front and say, I was there and this is what I saw. But this is the issue. Let me go ahead and read it before I get to yapping. If these folks gonna piss me off. Confirmed to the Daily Mail, he was personally involved with personal, financial, and estate planning with the couple after they were married. During those discussions, they made it clear that if anything should happen to Kirk, his wife would be responsible for the organization that he had founded. Erika knows more about Charlie's feelings and emotions and where he wanted to bring Turning Point than anyone else out there. But you don't know where he stood on the Iran war. How interesting. You know your husband. I know the ins and out of him. I've been with him forever. I know every single thought. I know every single decision. Hey, Erika, how what do you think Charlie would say about this Iran war? I don't know. I don't know what Charlie would say. I wish I could hear him. You know what? I wish I could hear him more than any of you in here. Well, damn, I didn't. I don't doubt that. I'm not. I'm not saying you don't miss him. I'm just saying, what do you? He's not here to provide some type of explanation on this Iran war, right? Because we heard him 1,000 times say this was a terrible idea. Don't do it. I just want to hear you because y'all been very quiet ever since he died. I just want to hear you say the same thing because y'all have been very quiet about the situation. So, has it changed? What's the word? Don't ask me that because if I could just hear him talk one more time, I wish I could. Lady, it's not that deep. Just please put out a statement. Go on these soliloquies that you're doing when you're going on the Charlie Kirk show pre-recording and the weird assassin fits. Go on there and just speak what your husband would stand on, what he stood on. Just do that. Since you know him so well, and she can't do it. I don't know what Charlie would say about the war. I don't know. Really. But you knew Charlie was dancing in heaven when your employees had to work 80 hours a week. You knew that, though. That was a fact, right? You knew that. You knew somehow Charlie and Jesus was in. Right. You knew they was upstairs dancing. Okay, lady. I can't stand this woman, bro. I can't. She ain't even say nothing. Somebody else said something about her and it pissed me off. And the second reason they won't release it, because apparently Turning Point no longer remembers. I'm right here, if anybody was following. Remembers how to black out a body in editing or mute its voice. They want to protect the person asking a question while the public releases the video. I'm sorry, I made that sound like it was a run-on. While the public release of the video would prove Owen's suggestions of a fraud to be false, some in the organizations believe good faith efforts would be rejected and the video would be weaponized. On top of the concerns, the donor who asked the secession question does not want her question and identity revealed to the public. Sources with the organization told the Daily Mail, yes, Turning Point USA now wants you to trust the experts. They continue to have zero respect for the public. Listen, bro, whoever asked that question, if I was Erika, right, I think she was there. I need you to be outed, bro. I would be pissed if I was out. If that, I can't say if I was his wife or whatever, but I would be pissed. I want to stay anonymous. No, you asked that weird question talking about what would happen if Charlie died. You know, who are you? What do you know? Talking about I want to remain anonymous. I mean, it's so many reasons on why. It's just so crazy. I don't want to tangent again. I cannot believe that. But that's what the Daily Mail said. I think we can confirm, or at least confidently. I don't want to say confirm because obviously we don't have any type of concrete proof that it doesn't exist. Just our common sense, pretty much. But I think we can confidently say that this video doesn't exist. Um, where do we go from here? I don't really know. I never really do. I just say that we continue to expose these frauds for who they are. Just like how this audio came out and everybody was able to dissect it and say, nah, this doesn't even sound right. This is fake. We exposed it. We moved on. We're applying pressure. And that's all really we really can do because these people are sick. But that was the biggest topic of the weekend. And I seen somebody, I gotta put another poll in the chat because I see somebody talk about Lisa. Yeah, Lisa has been going at me. But you know, it's all love on my end. I don't take it any other way. But yeah, she Andrew Kovic, Shalami's one of them. They put her to work, man, because this weekend she been going crazy. And the biggest thing I wanted to talk about that I'm sorry I actually missed the entire purpose of this last half of the video that I wanted to talk about was pulling up some clips and some context and providing more information on why it's important that Charlie Kirk, or why it's important to know that Charlie Kirk was a virgin when he got married to Erika Kirk. It is very important. And that's what a lot of people was trying to gaslight me on this weekend. And I'm not allowing it. Now, before I get into that part, let me check out some of the comments really quick. Cause y'all know me, man. I try to read most of them throughout the show. And then the ones that I know I missed, we get to it again at the end. St. Lucia. Okay, Chattanooga. Dan Bongino used to post today is blank. And oh shoot, where'd it go? Where'd it go? There you go. Barack Obama is still the worst president of the USA. That's crazy. So he's been doing this for a while then. There is no video. It's a lie. It's definitely a lie. Just hanging out. I really want to do a show with Jay. What's going on, Adam Thomas Pod? We definitely check you out. Set something up. I appreciate you for joining and listening in. Everyone knows you, so you are a friend to the show. If you have an ex, I will definitely. If you have an ex, either try to find me on X, and I'm gonna try to find you on X once I get done, and we can chop it up, see what it's about. Only reason Charlie would say that is if he knew what a snake Erika was at the end and wanted her to suffer his own demise. Oh man, that's deep. That's deep, man. Look, listen, I'm gonna get some more comments later. Somebody told me some deep stuff before I get into this version stuff. Somebody told me something deep over the weekend on X, and it was when I brought up the Make Heaven Crowded tour. I was like, you know, Erika posting this weird picture of this girl, and next thing you know that girl that had like the flamingo or whatever tied around her neck, and it was just kind of weird. I was like, Erika posting this weird picture of this girl, and then years later, she's now talking about Make Heaven Crowded tour. Bro, somebody said, my brain, I'm a deep thinker, but this had me. Somebody said the only way you can make heaven more crowded is by off Christians. I was like, dang, I wow, that was deep. that was deep. I mean, I understand the I guess the normal way I was thinking was just trying to get people to get saved and you know come to Christ, come to Christ. But it was like, bro, the only way to make heaven more crowded is by offering Christians. I was like, wow. I mean, you ain't lying, but god dang, I wasn't thinking like that. That was crazy. Now, on to Charlie's virginity status, because we've been talking about that a little bit last episode, and I want to talk about it some more tonight as I'm able to pull up some more clips. I brought it to X's. I can't stand saying X. I brought it to Twitter's attention again. Obviously, people are very, very upset. I don't really care. That's what I was trying to tell a lot of people, is that I might be new to the X space, but I am not new to scrutiny at all. I don't care about anything anybody got to say as far as like, you know what I mean? Don't talk about that. I'm going to talk about it. Who are you to tell me what I can and can't talk about? So I'm going to talk about it. But a lot of people don't like talking about stuff like that. You know what I mean? So they were pissed off. And I pretty much was just talking about how crazy it is that Charlie was a virgin, because I obviously heard about it. I honestly missed the clips of him actually admitting it, which we'll show a little bit tonight. But when Candace brought up that story of him being a virgin until he met Erika, I was like, wow, now that I can kind of grasp that it actually was true or is true or was true. That's actually very crazy, because when you really think about the context provided, you have this 24-year-old, 23, 24-year-old version, nerdy version, and you got this cougar, right? Erika Kirk. I wouldn't say super cougar. I mean, it ain't that far apart. It's only 5 years apart. The reason I'm using cougar is because I'm like, she definitely had way more experience when it came to that than Charlie. She had a roster. She dealt with athletes. She dealt with men in many different ways. She was living in different countries with men. And then you have Charlie, who was just chasing this one girl that didn't even want him. So that's kind of the way that I'm saying using cougar. So I bring that up. Obviously, nobody likes that. And I'm not gonna highlight Lisa too much tonight. The only she's been doing her thing, but I definitely don't want to give her that much attention. She don't deserve that much attention. But she pretty much defended this whole idea of don't come to the internet sharing this private information. The candy cultists, I could just read what she said. The candy cult's newest weird, creepy obsession is over that of Charlie and Erika's sexual status when they married. We, in fact, don't know, right? Key information. We, in fact, don't know. This is what she said. We, in fact, don't know if Charlie was a virgin, nor do we know if Erika was when they got married. Both could have been. Neither of them could have been. That's for them to know privately with each other. Once again, it's literally none of your business, and it matters for absolutely nothing. Stop being sick creeps. So, I don't know why I didn't do this before, but it's never too late. I said, you know what? Let's just see how easy it is to find out. Because if y'all don't know, anything that comes from Candace, Lisa doesn't believe. That doesn't matter what it is. It just doesn't. Even you can say Andrew Covett told Andrew Covett told Candace this. She would say, how do we know that Candace told the truth about that? So it's pointless of bringing it up. So I said, let me just search Charlie Kirk version to see if anything comes up. And what do you know? Listen to this video.
Are you going to be respected as a man?
I was.
Right, but
I was a virgin until I got married.
Right, but think about the majority.
I had a pretty good life and good career.
Yeah, the generation we live in.
Yes.
If you're a virgin, are you going to be respected as a man?
I was.
Right, but
I was a virgin until I got married.
Right, but think about the majority.
I had a pretty good life and good career.
Yeah, generation.
Charlie was open about it, and I might play that full video because the full video is a little interesting. But Charlie was open about it. It's public information. And I literally just searched up Charlie Kirk virgin. So I didn't even say anything, or I actually did say something, but I just shared that video. I shared that video with her. And of course, y'all know she's going to come up with something. And it's the last thing I'll talk about with her. She said, after she saw that video, she said, you do know people can lie for the sake of public appearance, right? Now, I don't think Charlie lied. So why would you say that? But the bottom line is you don't truly know. Only he and Erika know this, and it matters for nothing. We do know. We just heard the man say it. So we do know. Secondly, that was just a minor part. I was literally like, bro, we do know. We're reading it, right? We're listening to it. But the key thing that I wanted to highlight and what she said was that this is how you know that she's a human somewhere. Somewhere in her is a real person. She said, you do know that people can lie for the sake of public appearance, right? And I immediately was like, I responded, but summarizing, I immediately was like, yeah, I appreciate you for acknowledging that because Erika Kirk does it all the time. Thank you. Even though you were saying that Charlie could have been a liar, which is insane. But thank you for acknowledging that there is a possibility that people do lie for public appearance because Erika Kirk does it every day. Now you can understand my frustration and millions of other people's frustration with Erika Kirk because she does it all the time. And I brought that up. And obviously so according to her and many other people's logic is everybody else can lie about public appearance for their public appearance, including Charlie. But when it comes to Miss Shalami, it's something about her. I don't know what chokehold she got over all these people. I don't know. But she is the only person that can't tell a lie. Only person. Everybody else somehow, even Charlie Kirk, is eligible, right? Or they're liable. But Erika Kirk, no, perfect woman. Perfect woman. So we're building on Charlie Kirk being a virgin because there are a lot of different clips I'm going to show tonight. And I got some time as well. That it just makes you wonder if the debate is, do you think he knew about Erika's past? That has been the debate that I've been trying to bring to the table for everybody to ask tough questions about. Ask yourself that, ask each other that. Do you feel like Charlie Kirk knew Erika's past? Full past. Yep, I seen that coming. I got banned on TikTok. You see what's going on as soon as you mention her, it's over with. Like that's what happened. I don't even care though. I try to harassment and bullying. I mean, they say that every time. Sorry, I'm just I'm appealing it. Okay. She's protected. I mean, we been knew that. I'm still not gonna stop. I could care less about all that. So again, the question is, do y'all think I'll do a poll? I see your comment. I'll do a poll. I see a super as well. I'm sorry for getting to it late. Will you bring Blake on? For what? Not to be morbid, but like personally, I don't need anything from Blake. I don't need any, information from him. I don't need anything from Blake. You know what I mean? He's going around trying to prove that he's right about certain things. And I'm not saying that he's a liar or any of that. It doesn't really matter. You know what I mean? Like I feel like it is a huge distraction to what's actually going on. You know what I mean? I'm not calling Blake a liar. I don't know. Because in this entire thing, bro, especially with the internet, somebody can say, look, I have you caught right here. You are lying. And then they would literally come out and say, no, I didn't. I'm not finna go back and forth with that. You know what I mean? Candace said this about Blake. Blake says she's wrong. I don't know. But for him to come on and we chop it up, I don't really think there's nothing to talk about outside of him maybe providing more context and defending his side of the story as maybe the true victim. He could be. But again, what information would that do for me? Nothing. So personally, I don't really care about that at all. I'm definitely not finna do anything like that for views, because I know anybody that brings Blake on, you know, all of that. I'm not really into all the drama like that for real. I appreciate the dono. Thank you for supporting. Yes, I will do a poll on what y'all think. Let me get a clip up for y'all so y'all can see some of the things that we'll be talking about tonight and asking yourself the tough questions on if y'all feel like Charlie Kirk knew about Erika Kirk's past, if he knew about it. And some people may say, oh, I think he knew about one, or maybe she downplayed her past. But when you really listen to some of these videos, in my opinion, I don't think he knew. I think he started to know. I think he started to find out. But some of the things that he would say to not marry a woman would be way less than Erika's past that we know of, right? We're talking about don't marry a woman just because y'all don't politically align, right? It's simple things like that where I'm like, do you see how strict his standards are? So no, I'm not buying, oh, I had 5 boyfriends and I used to bang all of them. But hey, I'm forgiven, Charlie. So please take me back. I'm not buying that. Charlie Kirk it would have been put off by it. But y'all know me, I would yap all day. So let me pull up some clips that I would love for y'all to see. I want to start off with the full clip of Charlie talking about that I just showed y'all his virginity status. And I want y'all to see how he bragged on Erika. And it's sad. It really is. When you really sit back and think about it. It is sad. Let me pull this up for y'all. All right. Here we go. Just take a listen. It's kind of sad. It's happy, like it's tough. I'm just gonna let y'all hear
it. Premarital sex and things like
Yes.
that, which I feel like is a great concept.
Yeah.
But the question is, do you think men and women both having high body counts is the same thing?
No, they're both bad, but they're men deal with different sexual temptation than women. It's much easier for a woman to say no to sex than a man. Much easier.
So which one do you think is worse?
It depends what I mean by what worse for them. It's actually worse for the female psychologically.
Right.
Worse, like worse from an outside judgment standpoint. I mean, it's probably a tie. I mean, but they're worse for different reasons.
So
the man has a much harder time restraining sexual impulse than a female.
Right,
but it's also a fact that when a woman has a high body count, they become less desirable in the eyes of a man. I don't know if that's not a good thing or a bad thing. It's just reality.
Right. So on the contrary to that, if a man is a virgin, especially in the generation we live in,
yes,
why are we not, like, if you're a virgin, are you going to be respected as a man?
I was.
I Right, but
I was a virgin until I got married.
right, but think about the majority.
I had a pretty good life and good career.
Like career, yes,
But
but
also, why are you sharing your sexual behavior with people? Like, that's weird. Like, why is it their business that you're a virgin or not? Like,
I mean,
that's like, who cares?
I agree with you. I agree.
But
with
like, if you, is the argument that you have sex because you might be like called a virgin? Like, yeah, I don't have STDs. Go to hell. Like, okay.
No, I completely agree with you. But like the fact
I
is,
hear the social pressure argument.
Like the social pressure is, it's like if a man is a virgin especially in this dating market, right? Like,
yeah, I think that's unbelievably attractive to women.
I disagree.
My wife's pretty beautiful.
Right.
Like, she's pretty desirable.
Right.
Would you guys agree? Yeah, Erika's pretty beautiful. I'll just tell you that if a man,
You see how he's kind of projecting in a way. He's projecting his own experience onto this young man. Because the young man is saying that, I think it's kind of like a turnoff for a woman to hear that you're a virgin, in this day and age, in this society, which it's a valid argument. You know what I mean? This world is so crazy that, it's uncommon, right? You would be in a smaller percentage if you are a virgin in college. But Charlie's is projecting his own experience. And he's like, no, Erika didn't look at me like a lame. Erika found me attractive and manly for being a virgin. And look how that worked out for me. I pulled in Erika. And then it's the young ways, right? I don't know how old he was in this clip, but it's the young ways of getting everybody else's validation on how beautiful Erika is. You know what I mean? Don't y'all agree? Y'all think Erika's pretty, right? Y'all think Erika's stunning, right? But that just goes to show you that he is only speaking on his experience. And I just don't think his experience was real. It wasn't legit. It wasn't authentic. And it's amazing because every video that I've watched today, I've been watching a lot of videos today. And there's a couple of conversations that I'm going to show you as well where he brings up his virginity. Nobody ever asked him if Erika was a virgin. And I thought that was the strangest thing ever. Not that it was like clipped out by the creators that were hosting Charlie Kirk or any of that. I just thought it was maybe a coincidence. Maybe it just didn't cross their mind. Timing. Maybe it was time to move on to the next question. But I watched 3 to 4 videos today of Charlie Kirk talking about his virginity status, and other women being like, "Were you a virgin when you got married?" And he brags about that, and we'll show that clip. I'll show that clip. But nobody ever asks him, "Was your wife one too?" And I was like, "Oh, this would have been perfect. This would have been perfect." But what? I'm not even surprised. Who am I to be shocked that throughout this entire Charlie Kirk investigation, I should have known nothing was going to be this simple. Nothing was going to be this easy to just go back and just find my answers. I should have known.
a woman remains a virgin, you become pretty beautiful, right? Like, she's pretty desirable.
Right.
Would you guys agree? Yeah, Erika's pretty beautiful. I'll just tell you that if a man or a woman remains a virgin, you become insanely attractive in a time when everyone else has been shared. It's not easy. I understand that we live in a hypersexualized culture. I'm not even shaming people. I know it's difficult.
That is what makes me wonder about Erika. Just listen to him again. If you are a virgin, it makes you extremely or highly attractive. Let's hear his exact words again.
If a man or a woman remains a virgin, you become insanely attractive in a time when everyone else has been shared.
You become insanely attractive when everyone else has been shared. If that is true, then again, context clues. I'm just going to assume that he has to be talking about his wife too. He's talking about himself right now, but it wouldn't even make any sense for Erika to not be in that category and him bring this up so confidently. That doesn't make any sense to me. I could be wrong. Please tell me if I am. But for him to bring up how insanely, unless he's talking about himself, I'm just assuming his emphasis on someone being insanely attractive when they're a virgin. I'm like, I think he thought Erika was a virgin. Because according to his standards, she shouldn't have been insanely attractive. Let me see if I can put up a poll right quick. So y'all, I want to see what y'all think for sure. All right. I got the poll. Did Charlie know about Erika's past? Yes, no, nobody found out at the end. Yes, but Erika downplayed the details. Cool. Just started that. Y'all let me know what y'all think. But that is where I'm going to, or where I'm getting at, is that I just how he talked about these topics. I don't see it. I don't see how he knew. The way he's bragging about her, the way he's like, you were insanely attractive if you save your body. But your wife didn't, right? If we're going on the if we're taking the side of him knowing, right? I think that's devil's advocate. If we're taking that side and we're saying he knew that his wife was not a virgin, then who was he talking about? With the overemphasizing or the overemphasis on insanely attractive. Now let's listen to his opinion again, or my fault, not even his opinion. Let's listen to him talk again on waiting till marriage to do the deed with some of these OF girls. Because this was interesting to me as well. Oh, let me see, 2025. 2025. Okay. Let me see some of y'all comments before I get to the next video. I think he found out more about her last year or so. The shift was there when they spoke to each other. He lost the glow. Yeah, and some of the interviews that we're gonna show tonight, I think I'll probably play that last. They were not, yeah, it didn't seem like it. Have you seen the info about the AES plant explosion October 10th? Yeah, I did. Oh, my bad. I didn't even mean to show that, but I guess we'll go with it. I think he found out right before September 10th. Have you seen the stare he threw at someone in his studio? Yeah, I think they said that it was somebody else other than Erika. I think it was Candace that said that. Might have been like Frank Turek or something. I don't know, but I did hear about that or see that. Yeah, I mean, he always said that he was a virgin. He always said just him. That is very true. He never said we and all of that stuff. It's just an interesting conversation because he always just overemphasized the importance and how it led to his success as a husband and finding a wife. That's what was weird to me. Because you're right, he did not say we were virgins. But I'm going to play a clip for you that you're going to sit back and wonder, right? I mean, I could just tell you what it's going to be. And it's in one of these videos. It might be in this, not in this specific clip, but in this video that I'm about to show you. He talks about, he's like, how important and how special is it for, and this is right after talking about he was a virgin and how special it was for him to get married as a virgin. He talked about how special it is to go into your honeymoon night and you and your spouse are sharing each other for the first time ever. Right? He was talking about how special that is. And then he was talking about like, how would you feel if you walked into it and it wasn't the first time? So that's why I'm like, these are interesting conversations if your wife was not a virgin. But let me play this clip. Man, my computer a little slow tonight.
People should wait until marriage to have sex.
Ideally, of course, yes. But I'm not here to judge people I'm not here to say that you're a bad person or whatever. I have my.
Sorry, can I just ask?
Yes, sure.
Did you wait till marriage?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
It's the greatest decision of my life.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I would not be able. Imagine you waited till marriage and you find out they have.
I had other.
I would hate that. Like, I would be so.
Well, there's more important things.
I think
more important things.
Or that, yeah.
Well-
like, you can't leave it up to the marriage day, man. Sexual
But
intercourse is
let's
important.
play the other side of it. Imagine going into the bedroom on your marriage night and knowing that you both have each other for the first time. You never had to
Yeah.
share that human being.
Yeah, true. But then again, I lost
That
my
would be
virginity
dope.
to a virgin as well.
Or
so
imagine
I
if they were
kinda
really
already
experienced and they were an awesome way and you guys also had a connection.
Or-
That would also be really
Or
fun.
if they're a man, they might be thinking about other women for the rest of your relationship.
I don't think men stop thinking about other women just because they get married.
Right? Or if you're a man, you go in there and say, what other men have been with you? Right? So I'm just taking his logic. That's why I say I don't know if he knew. Because he talks about how special it was for him, and it was the best decision of his life. Right? And I'm not doubting that it wasn't. It's just for me, it's one of them. I plead the fifth. I plead the fifth. I can't admit. Oh, it's so tough, bro. Cause like, yeah, sure, you got your wife and all of that stuff, but I can't sit here and be like, it was the best decision of my life to go into this marriage as a virgin when my wife was with you know what I mean? I ain't trying to go that deep into it, bro. But y'all see what I'm saying, though. That's not something me personally I would voluntarily put out. It was the best day of my life going inside of that bed. Like the best decision of my life was being a virgin. And where that got me is going on a honeymoon with my wife who wasn't a virgin and was not only that, it was way more than just one person. So I don't know, man. That's very interesting. That he overemphasizes again on how special it is. And it sounds like he's almost talking about his own experience when he talks about how special it is to go to your honeymoon or get married or whatever he said, and both of y'all are sharing each other for the first time ever, right? You're experiencing this for the first time ever. He overemphasizes that, almost like he's reminiscing. There's no way I'm going to even say that if my wife was not a virgin. There's no way I'm even bringing that sentence up. I might talk about it, right? But I'm not gonna sit here and overemphasize how special it is when I know I didn't live that life, right? If he knew that Erika wasn't a virgin. Let me see if he said anything else. We got a super, so I definitely would prioritize it. Yeah, he thought she was a virgin. It's sad. I agree, man. I agree. I'm telling y'all, like that. I've been listening all day, and I've literally just been like, I don't know if I would say that if I experienced something different. I wouldn't go too into detail. I wouldn't talk about how special it is when I didn't live that life. Or he was tricked and he thought he lived that life. That's the only thing I could come up with. Let me see if he said anything else before we go to the next video.
I really doubt that.
We'll do that no matter what.
No, men's minds are rather undisciplined. You are right. That is true. But they don't have other experiences or pair bonds, especially for young women. With pair bonds are a real thing to compare that to. But look, I will go back to what I said. Sex is a very powerful thing. We all agreed with that, right?
Yeah.
And I think you
A
have
tool, one might even say.
it can be used. It could be abused. It could be, but in its ideal, which I fully acknowledge, it's very, very hard to do. Very hard, very difficult. But should be a goal that I would like to see more people at least talk about in a non-judgmental way that is worth aspiring to. And it's not impossible. It's not impossible. It's not popular, but it's not impossible.
Okay. Did you have a response, Aaron, or I thought someone over here had a?
I don't think so. I feel like I had something to say. But
Oh, did you have? Yeah, sorry.
forget
Did you
what
have
it
more?
Did any, if you could wipe the slate, I know this is hypothetical. That's okay.
The question I would have is, was your wife a virgin? That it was a perfect setup. They didn't ask him though. They didn't ask him. I thought they would. It was perfect. It was perfectly set up. And they did not ask him if his wife was also a virgin. Even if they said, even if they said, did your wife feel that way too? Because they're women. So this is the part where I'm like, bro, y'all are, what is going through y'all's brain right now? If you're trying to convince Charlie that he should support whatever work y'all got going on, then I'm just trying to figure out why they didn't bring up the women's perspective, the woman's perspective, just to see what his wife thought. Because that's the whole point. Charlie thinks this way, and it's this man versus woman thing. They should have been like, was your wife also a virgin? So that way they can get a glimpse of, okay, now I'm getting a woman's perspective instead of Charlie Kirk, the man. Was your wife a virgin? Did she feel the same way when y'all got married? Did she feel like it was as special? What does she think? I literally can't find a single bit of content out there where Charlie is speaking on Erika's experience and like Erika speaking about this topic. Let me see. I got another one. Let me try to find it. Yeah, here you go. And then I'm just keeping it all the way a buck, right? All the way a buck. Charlie did not have, and this is for the video coming up, not the video that I just played. Charlie did not have enough experience to be talking like this when it comes to dealing with women in this video that I'm about to play. He just didn't. Just keeping it real. But in how he's talking though, I was like, I can see why they was like, oh yeah, we finna pray on him. We finna pray on him. Where is this video at? Did I not bookmark it? It's cool. I got my timestamp, so I just need to find a video. All right, here we go. It must be hot. We turn the fan on. All right. So listen to this part. Oh, that feels so much better. Listen to this part of Charlie Kirk that y'all are probably going to have some strong opinions on, because I know I did. Let's see. Start right here. And again, just keep in mind, if you feel like Charlie knew of Erika's past, that is what I want you to think about on every single video we watch tonight. How Charlie is talking, do you think he knew? As soon as he died, Erika MK Ultra, thank you for the donation again. As soon as he died, she had on tight leather pants. Yeah, she did. Thank you for the donation again. CK had low IQ when it came to 304s. That's what I was finna say. You know what I mean? I'm just keeping it real. Oh man, he just didn't have the experience of someone that should be so like, I know how women work. No, you don't, bro. No, you don't. No, you don't. Respectfully. No, you don't. And I feel like we're going to get a glimpse of it again right here. Some things are like, oh, okay. But again, the point that I'm making is, the point that I just want to clarify is that I'm not looking at this to critique what he's saying, because some of this stuff I'm definitely like, bro, you pandering to women right now. You're just trying to get the, get some cookies. The point that I want everybody to, again, to focus on is the way he's talking, how he's talking, and how confident he is, right? With his chest out. Think about Erika's full past that we know of now, while he's also talking this way.
If you go on a first date with a woman and you split the check, we got serious problems. I don't care if you have to go into debt, refinance your home, or scrub the dishes for 3 weeks. You do not allow a woman to pay on the first date, period.
He's pandering. He's pandering. I don't want to take too long on some of this. He's pandering, right? It is nothing wrong with if you meet a girl and she's the one that comes up with, hey, let's meet here. It's nothing wrong if she chooses to pay for it. Like it's really not that big of a deal. It's really not that big of a deal. Now, splitting down the middle is totally different, because it's like, why are we doing all this? Like, just pay for it. Let's go. We don't need to split and take all of this time. It's not that big of a deal. But look, story, right? My wife right now, I think our first date ever, she paid for it. And I immediately was like, oh, that's kind of dope. Like that, like it was one of those, like, you kind of get some points for that. You know what I mean? Because it was dope. It was something that she came up with. Right. I was hooping college hooper, so I really didn't have time for much. But she was the one that was like, first date, she was like, I got a little spot that we can go to. Like, let's go here, blah, blah. I was like, yeah, cool. Now, and I would have, right? I'm not trying to say I just was like, I ain't paying for that. But what sense does it make for you to invite me to the spot and then I pay for the food? Like, you set it up. You know what I mean? Now it don't need to get all of that technical. What I'm saying is that it just doesn't really matter, bro. Like if she invited you out to coffee, or not, not maybe not call, but invited you out to a spot just trying to hang out with you, spend time with you, she can pay for it. But this is one of them pandering moments where I'm just like, you better pay for your girl's first date. I don't care if you gotta, he's about to say it too. I don't care if you gotta work extra shifts, do this, take out a loan. You better pay for that first date. I'm like, brother, you had one singular woman in your life that you didn't even get with. And then it was Erika. So like, please go on with the pandering.
Period. Oh, Charlie, I don't have the money. Figure it out. Get a job. Borrow money. Take out a loan on a credit card. I don't care if you don't have $41 to cover her meal. What is more important, the money in your pocket or the character in your heart?
Respecting me as an individual. Because if you invite me out to a date and respectfully, I ain't got $30, I would hope that my girlfriend, whoever this date is, would first off, hopefully if she invited me to this place, she might pay for it. But worst case scenario, hopefully she doesn't make me take out a credit card loan to pay for the meal right now. That's crazy. But again, this is the pandering part that I don't know what he's doing right now. And it's like sucker stuff. But the reason that I'm pausing is because you kind of get a glimpse on like, if you was talking like that around Miss Shalami, around Erika, boy, she was like, bingo.
And don't worry, I'm almost done with the male portion, and then it's going to get even more fun, okay? Which is men. Let's be honest, we got to raise our game in this culture. We're constantly around one. They say, oh, just go place another bet on this running back to run 100 yards. Just go to the cannabis dispensary and medicate yourself.
I'm going to pause a little bit. I'm going to skip to a godly woman. I missed y'all, so I got a lot to talk about tonight. I'm sorry.
That are 5, 6, 7, 8. Men do not want to date women that are sleeping around campus all the time. Period. They don't. And I see a lot of these women looking around right now. Oh, you were applauding when I was bashing men, but when all of a sudden I'm criticizing women, you can't do that.
Hold on now, Charlie. Hold on now. You said what about women? What did you say? What did you say?
They don't. And I see a lot of these women looking around right now. Oh, you were applauding when I was bashing men, but when all of a sudden I'm criticizing women.
I didn't go back enough. I got to hear that again. What did you say?
Now we're ready for the women, okay? And now, who's ready for me to get in a lot of trouble? All right. Women, number one, it is unspeakably unattractive to your fellow man when you have body counts that are 5, 6, 7, 8. Men do not want to date women that are sleeping around campus all the time.
Really? But y'all saying he knew about Erika's past, though, right? Because it's the Christian thing to do. Charlie forgave her. I saw that today in the comment section. It's because you just don't understand how what being a Christian is. You just don't understand. And by the way, I'm a Christian, so it's not like I'm speaking from like some other perspective. You know what I mean? No. I get it. I'm just not naive. Right? I'm not naive. Just because you're a Christian doesn't mean you just avoid accountability. Oh, I did the worst things ever as a human being, but I asked for forgiveness behind closed doors. So guess what? I don't have to tell anybody about those horrible things. It don't work like that. It does not work like that. And I understand somebody's going to say, you know, there's always that hypothetical of if somebody did the worst crimes ever on this earth and they went to jail, but then they asked for forgiveness, would they be saved? And yes, biblically, yes. But you said something that was very key and important. They're in jail. That's what people miss. They're in jail. They are sitting on their accountability, right? They repented. They confessed. And whatever comes with that confession, whatever accountability, whatever punishment comes with that, you got to take it as part of it. You hurt a million people in the process in this hypothetical. You hurt a million people in the process. You don't just get I asked God for forgiveness, so I don't have to tell anybody about what I did because I'm forgiven. But that's what they do. This is the part. This is the part where people got to wake up and not be so naive to Christianity and realize that people will weaponize it against you, use it against you, manipulate it. And you got to be able to call it out. And when somebody say that's not the Christian thing to do, you got to be able to be like, bruh, just stop talking. That, like, I'm not going for that. I'm not one of them people that's like, oh, let me clutch my pearls because I'm so nervous around this. No, that ain't the Christian thing to do. Don't play me like that. So for him to speak on women with body count, did y'all just see, right? Y'all hear the bass in his voice about women with body count and how it's not attractive. But yeah, I'm supposed to sit here and believe Erika told him about his past, about her past. So that's why I told people on X, I said, bro, y'all got two options because you can't have it both ways. Either Charlie Kirk was a liar and he was just grifting, right? Pandering, trying to get an audience, knowing that his wife didn't live this way, or he was lied to. You don't get to have both. I don't believe it. Me personally, I want to believe that Charlie Kirk was a great dude in many different ways, right? From what we were able to see in many different ways. I believe him. I feel like he's always been honest about stuff. He was honest about like his pornography. You know, he's been honest about that and said that in many debates. So it's like, I don't know, bro. I couldn't believe.
Period. Do not be your fellow man when you have body counts that are 5, 6, 7, 8. Men do not want to date women that are sleeping around campus all the time. Period. They don't. And I see a lot of these women looking around right now. Oh, you were applauding when I was bashing men, but when all of a sudden I'm criticizing women, you can't do that. If you could clap for the truth on one side, be able to receive it. It is unattractive to men when you're going around and you're bragging about how many other men you're sleeping with. Number two, be a godly woman who is willing to submit to a husband under the covering of Almighty God. And if you have had your belief or your mindset so muddied, so polluted by modern culture, and you call yourself a Christian, I'm going to challenge you on that. Because in a marriage, you're going to submit to your husband, and you should submit to your husband. And by the way, the husband has an unbelievable responsibility to then submit to God and to make sure that marriage and that family is under a godly covering. Now, some women in this audience are like, nope, not for me. I'm going to make my own income. I'm going to find a man and we're going to be egalitarian. That's fine. But I'm going to just push back. That's not God's design for marriage. The man is the head of the household. That is as the...
I don't know what else he about to say. I'm about to just skip to a part that I found very interesting because I said he's describing Erika without even knowing it. So let me skip to that part really quick.
say, you know what? Give me my money. I'm going to just watch Netflix all day long. I'm going to smoke, and that's going to be my life. But you're not here in the summer for what's easy. You want what's deep. You want what is good and what is profound. Young ladies, this is going to get me in trouble. I don't care. I've deleted Instagram off my phone, but at times I get these profiles sent to me where it's always like you read the profile and it's like John 3:16, with a cross, the young lady, and they're dressed like something out of Playboy. And I say to myself, do you think that's the way to win a man?
Now, don't make me pull up this picture. Don't make me pull up this picture, but y'all, everybody in this chat, I know y'all all seen Erika half naked on the internet a million times when she was doing Miss Arizona, Miss USA. All of these weird, I didn't ask for that. It was man, ruined my day. I can't pull it up. I don't want them to do nothing to the stream. Right? I don't want them to do nothing to the live. But you can just pull it up. Erika Kirk, bikini Erika Kirk, Miss Arizona, Miss USA. It's all over, right? But it just had me laughing because I was like, the amount of pictures I've seen of Erika Kirk since September with her not having that much on. And here we are talking about having pictures on the internet of you in no clothes. And I'm like, dude, Erika had 1,000 pictures on the internet of her in no clothes. Bro, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Oh, the girls that have John 3:16 in their bio. Erika Kirk is leading a Bible class right now, right? She's been doing that. But this is what I was talking about. At least Charlie's aware that people can, they don't really be living that life. They may talk the talk, but they're not walking the walk. He's aware of that. So that's great for him. But I need other people to realize that this is Erika Kirk, right? This is the almighty religious Erika Kirk. I read the Bible cover from back to back. The Lord, the Lord, the Lord. She can apparently recite every single Bible verse so quickly. This is the girl he's talking about right here. She can recite Bible verses, but yet, matter of fact, this is even better. I just thought about this. What about that video of Erika and that baseball player? And then remember, she was like, sex sells, babe. And she said, this is against our religion. Her words. This is against our religion. That's because she know what the Bible say. She know what it say. This is who Charlie Kirk is describing. He's describing Erika Kirk. And they're married at this time, by the way. This is not that long ago. They're married at this time.
Do you think just self, the young lady, and they're dressed like something out of Playboy? And I say to myself, do you think that's the way to win a man? Do you think just plastering your half-naked body all over just so you know, oh, wow, men only look at me for my body and look at their social media. I wonder why. Because you put the entire body for the world to see out for everybody. Stop doing that. Stop it.
That's literally what Erika Kirk did. That's why now y'all are entering into my brain tonight. Because as I'm watching these videos today, I'm literally like, if you are a man that knows about your wife's past, right? And again, I want to preface again, there is nothing wrong, right? Everybody has a past. I am not disrespecting anybody that has a past. I have a past. You face that past with humility and you own it, because ultimately that shaped who you are today. Even if you're not happy about it, you still have to accept it. So I'm not disrespecting anybody that has a past. The problem I have is that if I knew that my wife lived that lifestyle, I wouldn't be on this stage beating my chest telling men who to not marry when I married one of them. Not going for it. Not going for it. And again, unless he was just a known panderer and he was just doing it for the clicks, doing it for the females, doing it for the men, trying to get the audience on his side, or he didn't know. I'm not going on stage beating my chest about that at all. Because what the first thing I'm gonna do, right? Let me just accept, right, that my wife has a past. I'm gonna hit the stage and I'm gonna say, listen, literally what I just said. Everybody has a past. Accept that past, right? Give people grace. You don't know what they've gone through. You want to forgive others as you would want done to you. You don't want anybody else to hold your past against you. But when it comes to holding out before marriage or until marriage, that's the right thing to do. And I understand that it's hard. I failed, right? I'm just speaking and I did fail. But I'm saying if I'm Charlie, I'd be like, just gonna be completely honest. My marriage isn't perfect, and we as a unit, we failed at that. However, the message still stands. The right thing to do is for both of y'all to hold out into marriage, and then boom, 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 boom. You know, all of that. Because at the end of the day, the message is still great. But in this case, right message, wrong messenger, bro. Right message, wrong messenger. And if I'm in his situation right now, I'm going to say the same thing. If you're a woman that has your body all over the internet and you want to be married one day, then let's take some steps in the right direction. Right? You know you probably don't want your husband to see all that. It's probably, you know what I mean? You don't want your future husband to see that. Your future kids to see that. So let's clean up that image, and he would just come to that situation with a little bit more grace. That's what I'm getting at. If nobody could understand what I was getting at, he would approach these situations with a little bit more grace. He would stretch out that hand of grace and say, hey, I married somebody with a past. So I'm not going to come at you too hard about a past. I'm not going to come at you too hard because I married somebody with a past. I understand where you're coming from. But he didn't talk like that. He didn't talk like he was extending grace out. And he wasn't. There was a lot of times where he was like, listen, I'm not trying to, since he was talking to those OF girls, he was like, I'm not trying to disrespect y'all and all of that. You know what I mean? So he would do that a lot of times. But there are also a lot of times where he would talk just like this, very confident, very arrogant, beat his chest about what you should and should not do to find your husband or find your wife. And I'm going to be honest, he has every right to feel this way because his life went that way. He walked the walk and not only talked the talk, but he walked the walk. And so in his mind, he was a virgin. And he pulled his wife, Erika, and now they have kids. So he truly is speaking on his personal life experiences. But it's just not how Erika lived, bro. So I just don't think that anybody that knows about that would talk this heavy on this topic. And I'm just talking about like from a secondhand embarrassment perspective. If I knew my wife had some type of past, and I know that everybody else knows, right? Let's just say Charlie is still alive to this day, right now. And we know the information that we know about Erika White right now. He's not going on stage bragging like this about her right now. No. Nobody can convince me that he would. There's no man in this world. I don't want to say 100%. There might be some crazy folks out there. I would say the majority of men that think on the same wavelength, if they know that their wife has a past and the whole world knows it, I'm not going up on stage bragging about you every 2 seconds. I'm not. And that don't mean I don't love you. That don't mean that. That don't mean that at all. I just want to save myself a little embarrassment. That's all. Just because if I bring up this topic, some people are going to hold that against me. I don't really want to talk about that right now. I don't want people to remind me of something that I just don't want to think about at the moment. I don't want anybody to remind me about things that I'm not proud of. I accept it, but that doesn't mean I'm proud of it. Well, I guess got it, anyway. There's here nor there. But that's what I'm getting at. I just don't see any grace in these type of conversations. He's literally telling men what not to marry, who not to marry. And he's literally naming off Erika Kirk, in my opinion.
And people will say, Charlie, you have no right to tell women. You can do it if you want. I'm telling you, it's preventing you from getting what you want. Because women say, like, well, if I plaster myself like it's the Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition all over my social media, men are going to come to me. Oh, men will come, but they will not stay.
And Charlie did. But that's also because he didn't see those swimsuit pictures. I've seen a swimsuit picture. I'm telling you, you can see every picture in the book of Erika. It's all been exposed. It's all been exposed.
Let me see how else I can get myself in trouble. Oh, yeah. Young ladies, demonstrate to your future husband you know how to run a home.
So that's that video. And I got one left before we wrap it up for the night. What year is the video? And then I'll get to all the comments as soon as I finish this last one. This video is 9 months ago. Not long at all. July. So think about that. This was in July, last July. Let me pull up this last video, which y'all probably remember. So this will not be new. This won't be new, but it is relevant and is very telling.
Family, then you should.
All right. I want to start with a couple of things in this video. Let's start with an interesting point that Erika brought up in this video. Maybe not a point, but interesting thing that she said.
Right.
But it's easy to not be poor if you are a man. That's it, you have to make a decision, a conscious choice to not have a poverty mindset.
But what about school debt?
They should have gone to college.
Because college is a scam.
Yeah, I mean, look, men will find a greater pool of women if they increase their income.
Right. What's your favorite memory pre-kids, post-kids?
Going to Israel, definitely.
Are y'all starting to put the pieces together on why Erika wanted Charlie? You see how he's leading. He leads in this conversation a lot with money. He talks about that quite often. If you want to be a better man, make more money, make more money, make more money. And Erika over there, like, yes, yes, yes.
That was amazing. I loved that.
That
Being
was-
able to walk, because before I met you,
going to Israel.
what's your favorite memory pre-kids, post-kids?
Going to Israel, definitely.
That was amazing. I loved that.
That
Being
was-
able to walk, because before I met you, when I went previously was with my mom on a pilgrimage, and the whole time I was there, I was praying for my future husband. Didn't know it was you, and we were both in Israel at the same time. But anytime I could find a place to put a little
Mhm.
piece of paper of a prayer in a hole in a wall, that was me, and that was me praying for you, and then I got to go back with you was surreal.
How about post kids? I'd say
My bad. Yeah, all right. I didn't even think about that. I've been listening. Thank you for reminding me.
Maine was pretty great. Jackson Hole was great.
That one's tough post kids because every milestone with the kids is so special.
I brought that story up because this one is a hindsight 2020, and I admit that I could be being overcritical right now. But when she said, when I went to Philly the first time, and I went for the sole purpose. One time she said I went for the sole purpose of looking for a husband. She told it was that one interview. I don't even know who the girl was, the interviewer. But she said I went to Israel I went to Philly for the first time for the sole purpose of looking for a husband. This time she says, when I went there when I went there with my mom, I prayed for a husband the whole time. And then I just thought, like, isn't that strange? But then again, that's me finding it strange. I also have to remember that Charlie was like a very hardcore pro Philly type of guy for a while. Like, I saw some episodes today or debates today where he was getting very upset about somebody being critical of Philly. And he was like, I reject that. I'm not going to allow you to. So now that I think about it, it probably isn't that crazy for him to hear that she was all the way in Philly praying for a man. That's so weird, but probably not weird to young and naive Charlie Kirk. This next part right here, he talks about what it is to become a man. We got two more things, and then I got to check on our poll. Then I get to the comments. What it is to become a man and don't marry that man. Let's see what he says. 2045.
Just give us money, and it will be honeymoon fund or save money fund. We did a honeymoon fund, and it was great.
Yeah.
And
it was special.
It was totally special.
Because those memories are way more important than.
So how would you tell young married
grill.
couples who are going to start having families to prepare, ready their marriage for the changes that come with it? Yeah, look, the man has to, I mean, I'll be very honest. The man has to start earning enough money where the wife or the mom does not have to work.
Mm-hmm.
And if the man is incapable of doing that, well, then figure it out. Become a man.
Right. More tangible stuff.
Oh, okay. Okay, Charlie Kirk. Okay. In order to become a man, you have to make more money to keep your wife at home. Hey, Charlie. What if I don't have enough money to keep my wife at home? Like you, when you're making $285,000 at a nonprofit that is non-taxed, not all of the money, but some. What if I don't make money like you? Because, I have to go to a hard-working job and I get paid not $285,000 a year at 24. What do I do then? I don't know. Figure it out. Make more money. Become a man and make more money. That's diabolical. That's diabolical. And when you hear that, I'm like, listen, that is what Erika heard in those first couple dates. He probably led with a lot of money talk, and money definitely be talking to her, right? She was already in the Hamptons before meeting Charlie. So yeah, she had that money already. So when Charlie up here talking about that money and talking about just make some more money. If you ain't got no money on you just ain't really a man for real. Okay, bro. Okay. And again, I'm not, I'm just keeping it a buck. Like, these are things that when I hear his perspective on women, I'm gonna be just completely honest here. Y'all know I'm always honest. Charlie wasn't a fan favorite with the ladies, so he had to overcompensate with money. That is why he leads almost every conversation with money, because that is something that has allowed him to pull Erika. When he was just pulling women or trying to pull women off of his humor, off of his looks, off of things that don't require money, it didn't work out. He didn't get lucky. And typically this happens all the time. That's why, like, a lot of things that is going on in this case are like life lessons for everybody in many different ways. I just do my best to try to dissect them all. But Charlie wasn't a fan favorite of the ladies. So when he finally got money, he was able to lead with that. And now nothing else matters. Now you got Erika Kirk head over heels for you because you're 24 years old making $285,000. And that's dang near the 1%. You might not find a 30-year-old making $285,000. That's rare. And Erika Kirk found that, right? She found the needle that's in the haystack.
For a female perspective, make sure that you don't get so hyper fixated on the birth process once you're about to have a child. Like, don't be so fixated and obsessed with, I am going to have a child on my couch in my living room.
I'm gonna skip around a little bit so that way we can hear the we can hear the vibes being thrown off. Let's see. 27:36, and then the video is 36 minutes. Okay, we might get to it. There's two things left in this video I want to point out.
Not capable of completely and totally handling the finances, that you should not marry that man. Finances will break a man.
Oh, this is a very interesting one. Hear his advice to women on who they should and should not marry.
Relinquish that to you is so liberating. Yep. And I can focus on other things that are way more important because that's your domain and I don't have to worry about it.
And if you are marrying a man that is not capable of completely and totally handling the finances, that you should not marry that man. Finances will break a marriage quicker than anything else, period. But
what if he checks all of the boxes? He just is horrible at money. And you're really good at money.
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
Doesn't matter. I mean, then all of a sudden you're talking.
See, and y'all think he just said don't marry that man based on finances. I think he had a pretty strict program when it comes to body counts too. So I'm telling y'all, I forgot to pull up that debate. He told a man, I don't want to push too late on this. He told a dude at one of his debates, it was one of the college kids, and then the guy said him and his girlfriend don't agree with each other or don't see eye to eye on politics. What should he do? Charlie Kirk said, "You want my honest answer? You can't marry that girl. Don't marry that girl. If you can't watch the news together, you shouldn't marry her." That's off of politics. He said, don't marry people based on politics. And you want me to sit here and believe he knew Erika had bodies? I'm not going for it. I'm not going for it. He was cutting people off just because they was a Democrat. He told so many people, don't marry this person because of this and that and this. And it was with the same energy as he said with the other conversations of what it is to be a virgin. How does he feel about people having body counts? It was the same energy. So confident and arrogant about it. Yeah. So yeah, I don't think Erika knew. Secondly, with the money conversation, I told y'all he leads with the money a lot in this conversation. He talks about don't marry that man if he, the money, blah, blah. And he's like, money is the cause of 50% of divorces and all of that. What he fails to realize is that it doesn't matter how much money and how little money, right? Whatever that is. I know that's broken English. It doesn't matter. Money is the cause. It does not matter how much nor how little. Money is the cause. So for his advice to tell young men to make more, that's not the solution. Who are the most richest women on the planet right now and why? Divorce. And they took half. They got more money than you, Charlie. Double, triple, quadruple. Not having money is not the part of the 50% that leads to divorce. It's money in general. Don't matter. If you have a lot of money, it can lead to divorce because the woman knows I can get half. If the prenup not signed and all that. If you got little money, it can be very stressful. It can lead to divorce. But this is the part as well that I've tried to tell people about. Him and Erika were only married for 4 years, right? He's dead. So all the people that wished Erika a happy anniversary and all of that, listen, I just thought that was very weird. There's no 5th, 6th, 7th anniversary. It would have been. Maybe that's what they're saying. They were married for 4 years, right? I don't understand the whole, we're 5 years, you're 6 years. Imagine her remarrying. It's like, listen, you got to stop saying that you've been married for 10 years, bro. Charlie's been dead for you know what I mean? Anyways, they've only been married for 4 years. And they're acting like they just know the blueprint, which is what everybody has been calling them. The blueprint marriage. Oh, they were so good. Blake Neff barely been around them. And Blake Neff is like, I saw them. They were so great. They were so this. They were so that. Mikey McCoy said the same thing. They were married for 4 years. He talking about percentages, bro. The average divorce, they haven't even hit that threshold where you increase your chances. That happens after like 10 years. You're 4 years in. You haven't even hit the first threshold. You're still in the high divorce rate percentage. You're still in there. So, it's just odd. It's very odd. Let me keep playing so that way we can get to a funny part.
Talking about a reverse, I think then you're talking about very confused gender roles. Then are you going to be a stay-at-home dad? Is that basically what that is?
Okay, but then what about the women that are the ones that write the checks and do the bills? And
good luck.
Yeah.
I mean, it can work. I'm sure it has. But I see those marriages careening for divorce quicker than anything else. Here's why. We as men are hardwired to produce for the family. We find meaning. We find purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Tucker would talk about this all the time. He would like, I'd have my kid come back.
Do not want to knock the stay-at-home dad again. And I was going to be
people are, but bonkers.
And then it bleeds into the kids, and the kids
are the number one reason why people cheat on their wives and why divorce happens is financial. It is number one.
Mm-hmm.
It is the number one thing. It collapses and breaks apart marriages more than anything else. And so if you have a husband that leads in it, and it's not that, again, it comes easy to me, but guys, don't borrow money. You just start with that principle. You're not going to have any credit card debt. No, you can use credit cards, just pay them off every month. And the only
I thought I was supposed to take out a loan to pay for the first date. I don't know about you, young fella. I'll just play it. I love Charlie. I love Charlie. It's just hearing these different takes is hilarious. It is quite comical to me.
Their debt that's acceptable is a mortgage payment. If you just start with that principle, you're going to be in a much better spot.
But how? What if the guy comes from nothing and
Then I love you too. Then you should. Boys should not get married. Then he's a boy.
where to start? Comes from nothing and
You're going to be in a much better spot.
but how? What if the guy comes from nothing and doesn't know where to start?
Then he shouldn't be getting married. Then he's a boy. Boys should not get married.
I love you.
I love you too. But it's true. I mean, if you are not.
Y'all hear her? I love you. I love your money. The writing is on the wall, man. It's on the wall. It's on the wall. He was deceived. He was naive. He was taken advantage of. And he was pandering. I mean, he was. He would say all that. Once he started making money, I'm telling y'all, once he started making money, bro said, shoot, I don't even gotta worry about my looks, my nerdiness. I ain't gotta worry about none of that. I'm gonna lead with the money. I ain't getting turned down in. And look at Erika. He talking about, don't marry him. He's a boy. I love you. I promise you. Nah, I ain't even gonna go there. I'm not even gonna go there. I ain't gonna go there.
Capable of providing for a wife or a family, then you should take some time before you get married. You got to figure yourself out. You got to get a skill. You got to get disciplined. You have to get.
There's a season for everything.
Yeah.
And I know that for some young girls out there, or even older women who are still looking for their human, a season of waiting is to encourage you to just continue to trust God's timing. And if you're in a season of pruning, that's probably because God's trying to refine you. And if you're in a season of fruitfulness, then enjoy that and embrace that.
I will add to that men have a much longer horizon of waiting than women.
Mm-hmm.
And what men need to get equipped for actually with almost no.
That's hit or miss, because some women will, they have to be equipped for it too. And they're hard to miss.
23, 24 women can make good mothers. Mothers with almost no like training. It's just that women can make very good mothers with almost no like training. It's just at 23, 24 women can make good mothers.
I don't know about that. That's hit or miss, because some women will, they have to be equipped for it too, and their heart's prepared for it, or else they're going to stick their kid in front of cuckoo melon. What is it? Cocoa melon? What is it? Miss Rachel? Oh, her voice kills me. Those shows for hours.
Charlie's like, bro, stop talking to me because you just disagree with me. He don't care about what she got to say. Now, this is the crazy part. I'm going to flip it. Erika knows what she's talking about right here. She does. However, she's going off script, right? She's irritating Charlie. So I don't know if she's going to say it this time right here, but throughout this interview, and if you haven't seen it, please go watch it. Throughout this interview, when she talks about the way she actually feels on a topic, you can tell Charlie gets irritated, and then she will quickly adjust, get back on script to be back on his good side. So she'll say all of this and then be like, but I love you so much. You're just so great. But in this particular conversation, she knows what she's talking about. Charlie ain't trying to hear it, though.
Be prepared for it too. You have to, again, equally yoked, right? Equally yoked.
Next question.
Bible scripture, equally yoked. God is good, ain't he? All the time. Bro, I'm telling you, she did this the whole interview or whatever this is. Anytime she felt like Charlie's energy was a little thrown off and she was like, oh, shoot, I wasn't supposed to share my own opinion. I was just supposed to agree with anything Charlie said. She went straight back to religion and faith. Went from a regular conversation about Coco Melon. So next thing you know, she like equally yoked, though, right? Equally yoked, equally yoked. We're one under God.
How would you wait well for a spouse?
First of all, this is more of like a health standpoint. Get your blood work done every 6 months.
Don't have sex before you get married.
Don't have sex before you get married.
Bro, look at Charlie's face. Bro. Get your blood work done every 6 months. What are you doing? Now, see, this is the part where I'm like, there's a side of me. There's a side of me that says, this was the moment Charlie said, who are you? Who are you? Blood work done every 6 months. And you're speaking from experience, boy. You spewed that out. You spit that out so fast. You spit that out so fast. What should you do while you're waiting on your partner? Get blood work done. Duh. Erika was speaking from experience, and I think Charlie was like, do I even know who you are? How do you know that? How do you know about the blood work? What else do you know? I refuse to believe that there weren't more questions after this from Charlie. So now I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place, right? Because there is a part of me that will say, maybe Charlie was so manipulated by this woman, by whoever, to the point where he didn't want to know the truth because it was just too good for him. He never experienced all of it. Y'all know what I mean? Y'all know how sometimes you can just like avoid the truth because of you just enjoy living in the Lulu land. You enjoy it. It's not reality. So you avoid asking the hard question because you know it's going to come with heartbreak. And you know you're going to find something out so deep that's going to mess with you forever. So do you think Charlie could have known in this moment, and probably many other times, and was just like, man, the amount of times I've gone on stage and bragged about you, the amount of times that I've lifted you up to everybody around me, the amount of times that I've told young men to find a wife like you, I don't know if Charlie will want to accept the truth. There's a part of me that believes that he recognized in this moment, and maybe in other moments as well. And he was like, man, if I sat down and asked you, I don't think I would live with the answer that you're going to tell me. So I'd rather just not know. I'd rather just continue living in fantasy land of getting all this action that I never got in my life. I'd rather just live in that and just pretend. I got my kids. I got I got my 2 kids. I got this, I got the house. I got the money. If I accept right now in this moment that you are a liar and you, in fact, are not the person that I thought you were, man, that's a huge change to his life. I honestly, my stomach just dropped thinking about being put in a situation where you find out the truth in that type of way. And it's happened. It's happened before. It's not that's why I am able to come to that option. Because I know what that feels like. I know what that feels like. You just don't want to know. You don't want to know because you don't know how you will be able to just handle your life moving forward, especially in the days after. You don't know how you would handle that news. You don't know how you would handle tomorrow because you just feel so hurt, embarrassed, humiliated that you may just not want to know it all. And you just go through life like, bro, just don't even tell me. Just don't even tell me. Just don't even tell me. It's cool. You did what you did. Just don't even tell me, bro. Because it's just gonna make me think about so many different things that I've done. Talked to my guys about this. I talked to this person about you. All these different ways that I lifted you up, and the whole time it was cap. He wouldn't be able to live with himself. So I think that's a possibility, man. I really want to put that on the table. I want to put that on the table and say that Charlie was afraid to face reality with this woman. Because it's not like he did it before. It's not like he did it before. And for the ones that have dealt with that before, you probably still remember it to this day. When you were told something that just destroyed you. So I don't know. I don't think let's play out the rest of this to see how his body language changes. Because he's not happy.
Really, this is more of like a health standpoint. Get your blood work done every 6 months.
Don't have sex before you get married.
Don't have sex before you get married. Really be intentional about growing down before you grow up and out, meaning make sure that your heart is so rooted in Christ. Make sure that you're reading the Bible every single day. Make sure that you're in a position where you're living your life that he has.
Hold on. I didn't plan to stop it again. How you go from getting tested every 6 months to reading the Bible every day? That's what I'm talking about when I say she realized she messed up. She realized her program failed. And she realized, hold on, I wasn't supposed to say my real answer. I wasn't supposed to say how I really feel about the situation. I was supposed to generate a Charlie Kirk answer. And she failed. And then it was overriding. Something was going on in the system. And then she was like, Bible verse, rooted in Christ. Don't grow up before you grow out and down. Because first you need to be in the word. Like, bro, what? You just said to get tested every 6 months. Now you sitting here talking about reading the Bible? What are you talking about? She is She's backpedaling. She's backpedaling, trying to figure out all the different Bible verses and scriptures and faith-based manipulation tactics to get Charlie to realize, hey, I did not say that. Don't even worry about it. I didn't say nothing about getting tested. I didn't say that. We're talking about Bible verse. God is good, right? God is good. Okay, God is good.
To seek God all day. You growing work done every 6 months.
Don't have sex before you get married.
Don't have sex before you get married. Really be intentional about growing down before you grow up and out, meaning make sure that your heart is so rooted in Christ. Make sure that you're reading the Bible every single day. Make sure that you're in a position where you're living your life that he has to seek God in order to even be able to touch the slightest bit of your heart. And make sure that you are taking good care of yourself. Again, don't dress well. Don't try, you're not going to attract someone if you're not looking your best. Not saying you have to look like you're on a red carpet every single day, but take care of yourself. If you can't afford to get your nails and hair done, that's fine. There's still ways to make yourself look like you care about. I'm not saying from a prideful standpoint, but be grateful that God gave you the body he gave you. Be grateful that you're healthy. If you're not healthy, that you have doctors in your life to help get you there. Just constantly be grateful. There's always something to be grateful for.
What you mean by that? What you mean? What you mean? What is happening? What is happening? We went from getting tested to then be thankful for the body that God gave you. But it's okay. Be thankful for your doctors too. The doctors that tested me or the doctors that did surgery? What are we talking about, lady? Where are we at?
For and just be grateful that God gave you the body he gave you. Be grateful that you're healthy. If you're not healthy, that you have doctors in your life to help get you there. Just constantly be grateful. There's always something to be grateful for, and just find a way to be able to get yourself in the proper.
Charlie is like, I call BS. I smell. Look at this, bro. Look at Charlie. I can't even zoom in. Oh my gosh, bro. I wish this was like a phone where I could just zoom in. Look at bro's face. Shit.
Mindset.
I can't even zoom in. Bro is done. Bro is done. He's like, I don't know who you are. And what the freak are you talking about? Bro is done.
Set and headspace of knowing that you are so intentional about this time, and you're in a stream of significance rather than focusing on what everyone else has. And you are in a position where when and if the man has sought you out and he will tell you, I am intentional about this. I'm not trying to beat around the bush. I want to date you and I want to marry you. When it's that type of guy, you will know and you'll be ready. You won't say, oh, I don't know about this. Like, you will be prepared. Just take care of yourself. Take care of yourself.
I agree. I think we have one more.
Okay.
Do you want to pick the last one?
No, I want you to.
Look at his face. Look at his face. He does not want to talk anymore. He's done. He's through. He's through. He's through. Look at how quick he moved on to the next question. Then he said, I agree. To what part, Charlie? To the getting tested, or to the thankful doctors? To the reading the Bible? To the thank God for the body he gave you? Which part? None of them. That's the answer. He don't know what she just said. He just like, I don't really know who you are anymore. Look how quick he moved on to the next topic.
Too. Yourself.
I agree.
This. Like, you will be prepared. Just take care of yourself. Take care of yourself.
I agree. I think we have one more.
Okay.
Do you want to pick the last one?
No, I want you to.
Okay.
He's like, I don't even want to pick the last one, bro. Just finish it.
Oh, what do you think about schooling for kids? What are you planning on doing?
We will be homeschooling, especially in the beginning. At first, I will be the women lose because again of that brains.
They'll get into school,
right?
So
you all kind of.
That's right.
Share.
That was very telling. But the biggest thing that I want y'all to, again, take from tonight is that with the information that we saw that we heard. I'm sorry. I guess saw too. He spoke and we watched it. It's just to think about if he knew about Erika's past. If he knew a little, let's see what the polls did before we get to the comments. Let's see. All right, the polls are in. Did Charlie know about Erika's past? 58% said no, but he found out at the end. 24% says no. 14% says yes, but EK downplayed the details. And 4% says yes, Charlie knew about her past in general, or her entire past. So majority says no, but he found out at the end. I agree with that. I think he did find out at the end. Just because of his behavior, the way he moved, the way he looked at her towards the very end of his, his life, he just seemed very frustrated. He was growing, like his frustration was growing. He was less patient. You can just tell, even when you watch that interview, you're just like, yeah, bro, that's not the same Charlie. It's not the same Charlie as the Charlie that was like, hey, everybody, isn't Erika so beautiful? What do you guys think? It's such a weird thing to do, but yeah, that's insane. All right, let's get to y'all comments before we go to sleep. I appreciate y'all for watching. That was definitely fun. And make sure you guys hit the like button before y'all get out of here, whether you stand for the comments or whether you're going to sleep, whatever. Just hit the like button before you get out of here. Make sure you hit the sub button. We are on the road to 22K subs, and I definitely appreciate all the support along the way. But without further ado, let's get to these comments, because these crack me up, man. Y'all are some funny people. Really are. All right, let me start. What is it? 12:57. Let's see. All right, I'm gonna start. Some of us wear in tinfoil hats. Some of us wear leather pants. We all grieve differently. Facts. That is a fact. She lied to him. I sincerely think he thought she was a virgin. He wouldn't have been interested in the real her. That is so obvious to me. I agree. I think let me lower this. There we go. I agree. I think that it's obvious to me as well. I think based on the way he talked and how confident he was in his conversations, I don't think he knew. Yeah, way too much bass in his voice. Charlie K might have been trying preaching his virginity status was important. So why even drift off into it if the wife is one as well? I mean, maybe. Like, at the end of the day, again, right message. So yes, it is important. It is the right thing to do. I just think that that's a serious question. I think that if somebody's going to give you some advice, you have to have like some credibility. So for somebody to give me some advice on this, I would first ask, did you live this life to be giving me this type of advice, like so confidently as well? Did your wife? Because if not, then this is the different approach. That's all. Not that you're completely wrong or any of that. This is a different approach. Like, extend me a little bit more grace because you and your wife together combined didn't live this lifestyle. Like, don't make it seem like, you know what I mean, it's just all peaches and cream. You was a virgin and you just got the perfect wife. Like, don't talk like that. Again, talk with some more humility and understanding that you ain't perfect either. Maybe he was so adamant about saving yourself to marriage is because he knew she wasn't. And he was speaking as a voice with experience of how he felt every day knowing she wasn't. That's a great perspective. That's a great opinion. Again, I struggle with the part of, if you see somebody that has these different qualities, don't marry that person. Okay. Your wife had those qualities. So again, approach that situation or that conversation with more humility, more grace, because you're telling me not to marry those women, but you married that woman. So maybe give me the perspective of how you were able to get over that and married her. And that's fine. That's completely fine. But you have to own it. You have to own it that the person you're telling me not to marry is who you married. So now we have to have that uncomfortable conversation on why you didn't take your own advice. He was a smart guy. He was a smart guy. He had to have eventually done some digging, or a friend had to have given him some info. Yeah, I feel like he did some digging. And I don't think it was that hard. I just think he was love bombed and he didn't even think to vet this girl and see who she really was. I think he was just love bombed and was just like, oh, this is so great. Haven't experienced any of this in my life. Now I got kids. Ain't no going back now. Like, and since he was a virgin, especially if he found out about her after the fact, it probably broke his heart every day. And maybe he was trying to help others avoid that pain. Could be true. Again, my only argument against that, because that is a very valid point. My only argument against that is not going so hard on the men or the women and saying to not marry that type of person. And maybe this subliminal messages. Maybe he's saying don't marry that person because he married that person. I don't know. But he bragged about his marriage. He bragged about it very hard. So yeah, I just wondering question that if he did know, I think he should have extended a little bit more grace in these conversations with these people. Instead of saying, don't marry this person, maybe it could be another solution because you married that person. And look, y'all worked out. Y'all got people posting y'all on this weird anniversary talking about Charlie, Kirk, and Erika was the blueprint. Everybody's saying that. So if everybody's saying that, and you married somebody that you told me not to marry, I think you have a lot of explaining to do because I want to be like you. Maybe one of them college kids is saying that. It worked out for you, Charlie. Why can't I like women like that? CK was always saving himself for marriage. Yeah, his own wife was not a virgin. Yeah, I mean, it's weird. I don't know. Because even when you're like, I don't know. I don't believe it. I'm not buying it. Charlie was young, naive, and inexperienced, a perfect target for a trained honeypot like Miss Shalami. Preach. 100% agree. Erika was a born-again virgin upon meeting Charlie. That is a fact. That is a fact. He definitely, are you a virgin? I mean, she's like, yeah. And according to her standards, it's like, I've been a virgin as of like for the last 4 months. It's like, she probably, I don't know, bro. I don't know. Erika is a known documented pathological liar. So her lying about being a virgin or not is highly questionable. Right. Pattern recognition. You've lied about a million things. Why should I believe you that you told Charlie the truth about your life? I don't. As awkward as it is, being put out is helping a lot of introverted introverted males hear that you can be a virgin and still obtain great success and find a wife along the way. Yeah, I mean, again, great message. It doesn't take away from what was actually said, the content of it, the principles. So I'm not saying that he's like completely lying. I'm like, nah, I understand exactly what you're saying. You just can't tell people who you can and can't marry, because that's crazy. Any men here, would you believe Erika if she told you this lie? I wouldn't believe her one bit. I wouldn't believe her at all. If I ever talk to anybody, I mean, hypothetical. If I ever talked to somebody that was 30 years old and it was like, yeah, I'm a virgin, I would have a lot of questions just because it is rare. So I'm not trying to disrespect anybody. It's just rare. And I'm curious and I want to know the details on how you were able to be in a elite category, right? The small percentage of people. So I have a lot of questions. And I think once you start asking a few, you start to realize like, you're either lying to me big time, or it's only going to take one or two details for you to be like, nah, I believe her or I believe him. And based on Erika's lifestyle, if everything that we know now, like I can just pull up stuff on the internet and see you all over. You had 5 boyfriends. One boyfriend, you was in China. By the way, secondhand embarrassment here. Charlie could know. Who knows? He could be into stuff like that. Who knows? But when somebody asked Charlie about China, he was like, oh yeah, my wife lived in China doing humanitarian work. Erika was in China banging on a pro athlete. We know that. Does Charlie know that? Did Charlie know that? If he did, don't think he would have talked about China in that way. Are we doing the roast of Charlie Kirk's virginity show? Yeah, I mean, it's tough. I hate that we had to spend an episode on it, but at the same time, I think it is very important. Like, I enjoy dissecting all of these different individuals around Charlie and him to get a better understanding on who was around him, who he was dealing with. So, yeah, I mean, I think it's all important. Not a virgin man would believe a 30-year-old woman. Come on, that was his inexperienced mistake. Lion on Nation made a really good video about it. Yeah, I don't believe that whatsoever. It's so unlikely. I think Erika just convinced him that she regrets any past relations and she is born again. I could see that possibility. I think if he believed she didn't have a past, he would have said things like "we waited," and he would have been proud to say that, and he didn't. That's true. That's true because he always talked about himself, never her. But again, that's a different conversation if we're saying that he knew about Erica's past. Because he told a lot of dudes, don't marry girls like her. And he did it. Wasn't an Amazing Race video interview where she says sex sells? Yeah, with that dude, something Massey. Yep. The biggest thing we see is that she doesn't own it. She keeps trying to rewrite history without owning it. That is the biggest problem. That's it. Just own it. Own your past. It's part of you. Accept it. Just own it. But she just moves on to the next thing and gets mad at us for being like, dang, bro, you got a crazy past that you trying to hide and bury. It's crazy. I had plenty of crap relationships, and then God just put my husband in my life so randomly, and I was not expecting it. You never know. Yeah, that's very true. I've heard crazy stories of people getting married. Like it happens. Your marriage is over when your spouse dies. There is no more anniversaries. Yeah, they've been everybody in Turning Point USA wished them a 5th year happy anniversary. 5th year, yeah, a happy anniversary for their 5th year. I'm like, that's weird. That's when he realized she had a body count. That's so tough, bro. I'm telling you, his stomach probably turned inside out. Oh my gosh. I could only imagine. Word salad, yeah. Erica's worse than Kamala for sure. Virgins aren't getting blood work done every 6 months. Preach. Preach. Y'all are funny, bro. I'm literally looking through these. This is so funny. Reginator, what's going on? Hello. I got all the way to the bottom. Oh man, I cannot wait to look at the rest because that is hilarious, bro. Y'all crack me up. I do appreciate y'all for listening to a episode that went longer than expected. Typically, most of the time it do end at 1 o'clock, but that's just because we be yapping about, with comments and stuff like that. But this was a lot of content in this episode, a lot of videos being shared. So I definitely appreciate y'all for listening. Again, make sure you guys hit the like button before you get out of here. Hit the sub button. We're on the road to 22K, and I appreciate all the support along the way. We got a last minute buzzer beater super. Let's see what this is about. Mama Bike, I appreciate it. I appreciate the support. Thank you for the yaps. Of course. And we will, what is today? Sunday? Oh yeah, we got plenty of more lives this week. So make sure y'all turn your notifications on as well. And I think when you hit the notification bell, you gotta hit like all or something like that. But make sure y'all turn the notifications on so that way y'all can see when the next time we go live. Usually it's always between 10 and 10:30 if you're new here. And if you are, welcome. Safe space. Don't forget to drop your state as well. Probably a little too late now, but you can still go back when this video is done and we get off. You can always go back, drop your state in the comments. Got a map right here behind me that we're going to put a pin in. I got all my pins right here. I want to put a pin where everybody is so that way we can just fill up the map of where all the listeners are. So I'm definitely super excited about that. But I do appreciate all y'all support. We will keep it going. I hope everybody has a great night, and I will see y'all on the next one.